Welcome everyone. Today, we embark on an exciting journey into the world of 3D geographic visualization using Scene Layer in ArcGIS Maps SDK for JavaScript. Imagine this. You're an urban planner tasked with designing a futuristic city. You need to visualize skyscrapers, bridges, and even underground tunnels, all in stunning 3D detail. How do you bring this vision to life? The answer lies in Scene Layer, a powerful tool that allows us to create interactive, immersive 3D maps. But before we dive into the code, let's take a moment to understand why this matters. Think about how much data we generate every day. GPS coordinates, satellite imagery, building blueprints, and more. Without tools like Scene Layer, all this data would remain flat and static. But with Scene Layer, we can transform it into dynamic, interactive 3D models that tell stories, solve problems, and inspire innovation. By the end of this lecture, you'll not only understand how Scene Layer works, but also be able to create your own 3D map from scratch. So, buckle up. It's going to be an hour full of discovery, creativity, and hands-on learning. Learning objectives. Before we proceed, SDK to create 3D visualizations. 3. Applying. Write code to create a 3D map and customize its appearance. 4. JavaScript. This SDK provides powerful tools for creating interactive map applications. It supports many features like 2D and 3D maps, various layers, and full customization. 3. Importance of Scene View. Scene View is responsible for rendering the 3D map. It allows you to control the camera, location, and angle. Let's start now with the practical application and explain the code for the example. Now, let's dive into the heart of today's lecture, the code. We'll break it down step by step, ensuring that every line is explained in detail. Along the way, I'll share real-world examples and analogies to keep things engaging. Visual Studio environment. We will create a folder called Intro Scene Layer. Then we will create two files in 8. Ensures that special characters like accents or symbols are displayed correctly. Imagine trying to display a city name like München without proper encoding. It wouldn't work. And here, tag meta name equal viewport makes the page responsive. This ensures that whether you're viewing the map on a desktop, tablet, or phone, so we will open the introscenelayer.js file. Let's do the following steps. Step 1. Write the map settings by writing the following object. This object to purpose. This creates the base map and adds elevation data to give it a 3D feel. Detailed explanation. The property base map. Take value dark gray vector. This sets the background of the map. Why dark gray? Because it provides a sleek, modern look that contrasts beautifully with 3D models. Imagine walking through a city at night. The dark background makes the lights of buildings pop. The property ground. Take value world elevation. Adds elevation data to the map. This is crucial for creating realistic terrain. For example, If you are visualizing a mountainous region, the elevation data ensures that the peaks and valleys are accurately represented. Step 2. Setting up the scene view. This code to purpose. This creates the 3D scene and positions the camera. Detailed explanation. The property container refers to view div, links the 3D scene to the HTML element we prepared earlier. Think of it as mounting a camera on a tripod. Of the models, the RGB values 254, 247, 134 give us a bright yellow-green color, making the buildings stand out against the dark background. The property renderer applies the symbol to the entire layer. Think of it as painting all the buildings in the city with the same color. Now we have finished writing the code, as we have written the code for the HTML code in its own file. And we have also written the JavaScript file, and do not forget in the HTML file to call the JavaScript file in the body section here. Let us now test our work by running the page. So let us go to the HTML page in the folder. Then right-click the mouse and choose Open with Server. As expected, and the buildings appeared in 3 dimensions. Very excellent. We can now zoom in and out. And we can also control the map from the direction change cycles from these tools that appear on the left of the map. Varieties use 3D maps to track deforestation, monitor glacier retreat, and study climate change impacts. 3. Real estate development. Developers use 3D visualizations to showcase properties and attract investors. Imagine being able to walk through a... Your feedback is invaluable as we continue to refine these lectures. Introduction to the next lesson. In our next lecture, we'll explore how to add edges data to a scene layer. This will allow us to integrate additional layers of information such as population density or environmental data into our 3D maps. Imagine overlaying traffic patterns on top of your city model. How cool is that? Stay tuned and get ready to take your 3D mapping skills to the next level. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you found it both informative and inspiring. Until next time, happy mapping!